starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Is it insecure of a man not to like or want you to dress sexy in order for you to be his wife?
What's sexy?
What I got on, like what I got on right now.
Oh, let me, I gotta get a good look at you. Let me see, where your shirt at? Kitty, what do you think?
The general body is that whatever your religion is, God ain't got nothing to do with who you dating, why you think you should be married. I'm gonna dig a little further, don't worry.
One of the most demonic quotes I've ever heard, happy wife, happy life. Because if she's not happy, the whole house is in turmoil.
Women have sex with who they want, while men have sex with whoever is available. In the long run, men marry who they want, and women marry who's available. Sad reality.
Why we not talk? Well, let's talk about it. We live. We live. Yeah.
Beloveds, hey beloveds, I'm sick of y'all attacking me, so I brought the priest of my garden. Adam, say hi.
We live?
Yeah.
Hey y'all my children.
Oh man, how long were you asleep when Eve came out of your rib?
I think I was asleep about 3 hours because we didn't need a lot of rest at the time. So I woke up, I did like some tree ups. I'm usually able to do 10, but I did 3 because one of my ribs was missing, so.
Hey! All right, why you still with her?
I think the only other option that I had were animals, and we not doing that. We not doing that. That's not.
He a little nervous. We gonna work on his answers.
How was y'all's first time? How was it?
You know, it felt like ministry.
Yeah.
Super explosive. I knew it was God's doing. We was in his will.
Yeah, I did have a trembling, like I had it shaking, yeah.
I was malfunctioning for sure.
So she was your rib and your backbone. Yo, like that's disrespect. Like I knew I should have came on this live. Like that's why I don't.
I felt like it was a good idea, beloved.
You also thought it would be a good idea to listen to a snake. Like,
okay. Wow, but he said surely. He said, you know what? Y'all trying to sow discord and how you turn this, Adam?
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
That's the show, Dada!
The last 7 days have been totally insane, but we made it. Now buckle up and get ready for the most organic conversation on the internet with your hosts, The Force, The King, The Kamikaze, The Great and Terrible. Up to it, down to it. Pour a glass and talk some trash. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a good time tonight right along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Let's go up to it.
what's going on?
It's time once again for everybody to come aboard the train. No, y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? It's just me. It's just
wait,
me.
Wait. I'm sure you said soul train, right?
Oh, right. Soul.
Oh, okay. All right. Just checking. You know, we got to clear things up here.
5 seconds. Almost got us canceled within the first 5 seconds.
What's good?
Y'all know what time it is. We about to get it in, man. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Assuming nothing's changed since last time, and we can still call you that. Welcome back to another episode of the most organic conversation on the internet. Up to it, down to it. We got your boys. We got Spring 04 in the building. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. It's going down.
Glory.
Yes, sir. We about to have us a good time. We got a damn good show for y'all tonight. Damn good conversation. Damn good topics, many of which were submitted by you, the viewer. So we're going to tie it all in and have us a good conversation tonight. That said, man, my man over here to my right on your screen, to my left on my screen, on all these different screens in here. But he's about to talk to us real quick. We happy to have him back. It's been a long time coming. The inspirational King Richard. King Rich. Talk to us, my brother. How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm glad to be back, man. It's good to be back. I feel like it's been a long time, and it has. Just going through life, man. Life be lifing. But I am, still learning, still growing. I am doing fine like wine and getting better with time, and I hope you are too. As you can see in the spirit, right? Got the lantern pumpkin going on with other candles in the background, so the mood is set. Sipping on some. I got this Bacardi. Now this is Gran Reserva Diez. Okay, look at that bad boy. Shout out to the tens. All right, y'all cool, whatever. But fours are better. But that's the Bacardi right there, baby. Getting on that dark. But here's the other. Here's the one that I've been looking for a while now. I think I showed this like a bunch of episodes ago, but this is the Crown Royal, the Crown Royale. All right, that's that blackberry right there. It's the blackberry. So that's what I got in the cup right now. I may just stick with the blackberry since I got it, but I might switch or pour a shot of that rum because I love me some rum. But yeah, man, I was sick for a little while, but I'm back. I'm better, man. Life goes on. And I really just been focused on just keeping things going, like just doing. Stop talking about it, and and begin and start. And so that led me to a quote. I believe it was by Walt Disney. He said, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." So it's just like you just do it. You go. Stop procrastinating. It's been one of my biggest things over the years is to become less and less of a procrastinator. And when I think about something, you just do it. You take care of business, and you get started right away, because the only way you're going to know if something works is if you try to do it. If you're just thinking about it and you never put forth any effort, you never do anything, then you'll never know. It'll just be a thought. It will remain an idea. And the universe doesn't care who uses the idea. All right. So best believe, there's nothing new on the sun. Somebody's had thought of that, and there's somebody that's going to do it. So you better get off your butt and go do it before the other person, or just do it better. Even if somebody has come up with your idea, be innovative. It's time. We need some new innovations. We need some fresh ideas. So get started. Go do it. All right. But we're gonna have us a good show. I'm glad to be back. LB, how have you been, man?
Hey man, listen, I missed that inspiration, brother. I got to be honest with you. I'm happy to hear all of that. That reminded me of a quote. Man, it just left me that quick. I had it, and it left me. See, dang. Well, whenever it comes back, I'll say something about it. But that said, I forgot something. So shout out to all my greenery users. We'll call it that. All the greenery users in the comments. Drop a leaf in the comment if that's you. Oh, no, the quote was, "Great ideas don't care who use them." That was what it was.
Yeah.
That was it. Great ideas don't care who use them, man. So very inspirational. Let's get some new ideas. Let's get innovative, man. We got a lot on the line here in these next few years. A lot of things are under attack. We've been talking about masculinity lately. We've been talking about marriage lately. Next week, ladies, tell your friends, tell your lady friends, we're gonna crack the code for some of y'all. All right, for some of y'all, we're gonna crack the code. I'm just saying, some of y'all gonna buck it anyway. Some of y'all gonna get mad and just don't listen no way, because that's what some of y'all do. Not you. You're going to heaven, right? You do everything right. You're perfect. You're amazing. You're fantastic. Those of you, y'all subscribe. Y'all, be on here live. Not you. We know, we know very well who you are. All right. But those of y'all friends who ain't subscribed yet, right? And don't tell a friend to tell a friend yet. Yeah, y'all. That's who I'm talking to. We're gonna crack the code for some of y'all. All right. On this dating and man and woman thing. But that being said, I think we should start with a bit of a controversial topic, bro. This is one of the things, this code, I believe, got Kevin Samuels canceled. It's one of the many things that got him canceled. And it's funny how so many things that got him yelled at and made him public enemy number one, as we fast forward, most of those things ended up being true. Some of them becoming self-fulfilling prophecies, honestly, but conversation for another time. But I want to start with this controversial quote that got him canceled. It's a good old fair or foul. Oh, and I don't have nothing. I don't got no hard liquor to drink, but I do have the patented inspirational King Rich Jello shots. If you know, you know.
It's special recipe.
If you know, you know. So that's what I'll be taking shots of, if you will. But let's jump into it, man. Let's get right down to business. Let's have us a discussion.
Women have sex with who they want, while men have sex with whoever is available. In the long run, men marry who they want, and women marry who's available. Sad reality. Fair or foul? Sound off in the comments. Let your voice be heard. Let's go up to it.
LB, we're going to make them mad early. Women marry who's available. Men have sex with who's available.
Oh, man. So I will say that it seems like women have more options, and they are the gatekeepers to sex. So they have more options, right? They can determine who they allow in. And of course, traditionally, right, men are the ones that propose, although you do have those other situations today where, you know, it's the other way around. I mean, listen, you can listen. If we're talking about if we're talking about the average, I'm gonna go ahead. Like, this is fair. This is fair in my opinion. And the reason why I say so because you if we're looking at that whole, like, the quote unquote standards for that average woman who wants that 6 foot 6 figure blase man, right? Then yeah, you'd say, like, this is fair in that they're more inclined to open up, if you will, to those men because those are the ones that they want. But those men aren't necessarily getting the first one and just saying, boom, I'm marrying you, the first one. I think that's not happening. I think, of course, because they have more options, right? So I think if we're talking about like if you just look, let's be real about it. Like most of those, we've talked about it before, where it's like you got the on that scale the 1 to 10.
The ones, the tens, yeah.
Women
The ones and
scale
the twos,
one, the
yeah,
ones at the
yeah.
top. Whereas men on the other hand, they'll jump right across, or it's not the same for men. As far as married, as far as like locking down. I would love to hear some female perspective. We got to do another episode where we have the ladies come on because this. I know they got to be burning in the audience right now, just itching to come on here and say something. And I would love to have that discussion with that perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, ladies, you heard them. Make your voice known in the comments, especially if you disagree. We absolutely want the ones that disagree. I'm with you, man. I think it's fair
Because you do have those that, again, they're not part of that average percentage. So yes, they do. They marry who they want. So of course it's not all.
I don't know. Do they marry who they want? I would say I'd argue they marry who they want if what they want wants to marry them. Well, I guess the difference would be that there are simps in the world. So
I definitely married who I wanted.
true. There you go. There you go. That's marrying who you wanted. Shout out to him being available for you to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the missus. Ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, no, I think overall that's accurate. It particularly. So one thing I've heard, some women say, usually, the stronger, bossier women. One of the things I heard them say and they brag about is that they could fuck whoever they want. They could have sex with whomever they want, right? Nobody can tell them anything. They can do what they want when they want. Right? And hey, listen, hey, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. They totally can. Now the question is after that, is that guy gonna still want you? Is he still gonna want to be with you? And by the way, to Richard's point, of course you should marry the one that you want. You shouldn't marry somebody that you don't want. Should not in any circumstance marry the one that you don't want, right?
Which I would like to see that statistic on those women that do marry for other reasons than wanting that man versus, well, he's a good provider and he's home, or like did you want him, or for lack of a better term, are you just settling? Or hey, but then again, it goes back to like, are you being realistic with your being realistic with your what you really want, or your standards, being realistic with you know, I don't want to say where you're at, but I mean, come on, it's like if you mean to tell me you're not a ambitious hustler, you're not in the gym, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not being healthy, you're not doing all these things that you want in somebody else, so that they got to do all the work. So I'm just saying, you got to be real with yourself.
Yeah, get with somebody that's that's your speed, that's going in the same direction as you. And I think ultimately that's what it boils down to. Get with the person that is going in the same direction. You can get in alignment with them, and if you're in alignment with them, there will be the person that you want. Like, you will ultimately, should ultimately marry the person that you want. I think, again, from a very blanketed perspective, overall, yeah, that, if I say fair or foul, yes, overall that's probably fair, because none of us are getting no sex from no woman except that we've met her criteria and passed her test, right? Whatever that is. So, because obviously we don't condone forcible entry. We'll call it forcible entry. We don't condone that, obviously, right? So yeah, make no mistake about it, though. You're not getting in unless she wants you in. So again, overall, yeah, that's true. And for a dude to want to propose to you, again, of course, we have some of those ones where, I think I think it's disgusting. The ones that let their woman propose to them. I'm totally not agreeing. I'm not on board with that. All right. I mean, again, do you? But I'm totally not on board with that idea. So again, that might not apply to some of them. I might not apply to some of them betas or gammas out there. So yeah, the Omicrons out there.
Listen, and we're all entitled to our own opinions. Again, we just don't sign up for that, and it's okay. Still do you, but
it's not my thing. Do you? Not my thing. Hey, look, and I want to make that very clear for everybody, whenever you're on here, just so you know, that is our overall stance. We're going to give you our opinion, feedback, and all that stuff. We like to have conversations, but, in the end, do what you want. It might not be for me, but, hey, do you. Do you. Just keep your kids out of it.
The manifestation of truth. One thing you did say that last thing that I'll say on it is what stuck out to me. What you said though is alignment. You're finding that that person that you align with. I think that's huge. We said it before. We've said it plenty of times, and we'll say it again. So yeah, being in alignment is crucial. Because life is short. Don't waste your time. You might get into a relationship, and like you have all of the hopes and dreams, and you're like, oh, this person could be this, and this person could be that. But if that person is not in alignment, and not, doing those things, going down that path, I mean, cut it early. Cut it, or not. Do you? Hey, do you? You're gonna learn either way. You're gonna learn.
You're gonna learn one way or the other. Yeah, I'm a fan of taking your time, because just for me personally, you're gonna learn one way or the other, man. So that's why I'm a fan of taking your time. It's a way less costly lesson if you learn, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. Maybe not 10, but like 4, 5, 6 years down the road. maybe not 10. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe not 10, but 4, 5, 6 years down the road, before you done made a commitment, before you done got in covenant, and before it's going to cost you huge sums of legitimate money, it might be a good idea to screen that person and make sure that that's absolutely the person you want to be in, covenant with. Which, again, just to remind y'all, there is a criteria: it's sickness and in health, rich or for poor, better or for worse, till death.
Till
death.
to his
and forsaking all others, keep you only unto them.
Hello.
So long as you both should live. Yeah, I always forget that part. I tend to leave that part out. That's a conversation for another episode, but that's also part of, the vows. So are you ready to make that commitment? Really, that's the question. Like, are you ready to make the commitment forever? Forever.
Till death. Not fearing.
And I think I think if you are with the right person, you should. I believe I made the right decision. I couldn't see it with nobody else. I'm glad I made the choice that I made, and that she agreed with me making that choice. That we were in alignment. I'm very happy about that. If anything happened between us, I'm just letting it know I'm just gonna be a gigolo for the rest of my life. Like I'm not doing it again. No, I'm not gonna come learn you. I'm not coming to learn you. I don't give a shit what your favorite color is. I don't care about what makes you tick. I don't care about your stupid favorite foods. Where you want to live, your goals and dreams. And that's, man, I don't care about none of that. I'm not learning none of that. I'm gonna just be a gigolo. Be a cold-hearted snake.
Were to happen, okay? We're not. Yeah, I'm not going down that road again.
Not doing it again. Nope. No sir. No sir. No sir. This is one and done, bro. One and done.
Till death.
Till death. Till death. All right. So you know what this means. So if we get to a point where I'm like, I can't do this no more. Well, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I'm just playing. Please don't do that.
We're getting canceled.
Oh my God.
Man.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Quick. I need a subject change ASAP.
Paintballing.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we go paint. Hey, we need to do that. We need to do that soon, man. We haven't done that in a while. Go do some good old paintballing for real. It's about that good weather time of year too. Just
where you can layer up, so you don't get as many. Well, you're still gonna get bruises, but
definitely gonna take it out.
For all you light skinned people out there, wait, is that okay? All right, okay. Can I say that? Yeah, I'm saying it.
Team Light Skin. Shout out to Team Light Skin.
I'm here for Team Light Skin, though.
He is here for Team Light Skin.
I am. I'm here for you. You're gonna bruise though. You're gonna show. I mean,
so every time, every pop, take L's. Hash brown, Team Dark Skin. All love though. All love to all skins, unless you drink Aquafina.
Ugh. Jeez.
In which case, we just, we have no choice but to judge you accordingly.
That is death.
That is death. Death by trash water. Okay. All right.
Liquid death.
Have you had that? Have you had that little liquid death drink thing? Have you had that yet?
I think I did actually. I think I was in Virginia somewhere, and I stopped at a gas station. It's cool. What's this?
Was it any good?
I mean, I was thirsty in East Bumble, nowhere, and it's not nothing I would rave about, or I don't go to the convenience store and pick it up. So,
right. And you didn't die, so
I didn't die.
Blatant false advertisement. I mean, I'm glad you didn't die, but I'm just saying blatant false advertisement.
It's probably just an acquired taste, kind of like the people that like Budweiser.
Oh.
I mean, there's some people that swear by it, and that's for them. Sure.
Damn that. The boycott continues. Take that, Anheuser-Busch.
Hey, man, I tell you what, though. There was one, what the heck was it called? Milwaukee's Best. I don't know if it's along the same lines or not, but I don't drink it now. But I had it before, and back then, I was like, well, shoot, I could do this. It's Milwaukee's Best. That was okay.
Yeah, I feel
Then
like
I got introduced into the Belgium.
yeah,
And that was it for me. Everything
yeah,
Belgium. Let's
all
go.
day. Yeah, yeah. Belgium's all day. I'm with you on that. With you on that. All right, let's move on to this next one. We got a viewer submission here. I think kind of goes a little bit along with the first fair or foul. So we'll see how this goes.
Let's
Let
go.
your voice be heard. Pour a glass, talk some trash. Let's do it.
Is it insecure of a man not to like or want you to dress sexy in order for you to be his wife?
What's sexy?
What I got on, like what I got on right now.
Oh, let me. I gotta get a good look at you. Let me see. Where your shirt at? Kitty, what do you think?
I think that sometimes some of y'all women really don't understand how territorial men are. It's different if you were covered up, but baby, you got tape on. So yes, of course, a man who knows how men are going to look at you, knowing that there's going to be men who are going to be predators or going to pursue you, he's right for saying that. That's not meaning that he's insecure. He's territorial. That's a man's nature, and that's absolutely okay. It's your responsibility as his woman to understand his nature and to also have boundaries with yourself, knowing what you are exposing yourself to. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be quick. I'm so glad I can have conversations with my husband because I asked him, we had a deep conversation. I said, what is it about women that will make you not wife her? And the first thing he said, the way she presents herself. That's coming from a man. Men will tell you that if you dress provocative, they're going to see you as an object. Stop calling men insecure. That is their God-given right to say, I don't want my woman to present herself out here because not only is she a representation of me, she's a representation of herself.
Jump in, LB.
So I'm going to say that, not only is she a representation of herself, she is a representation of me. And so, you have to take that into account. Like, as I do, I do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I first of all, I take pride in, looking my best, putting my best foot forward. Because number one, you never know who you're going to run into and the opportunities that are out there and the people you're going to meet. But I like looking good. Sometimes I'm just chilling, but sometimes I like, looking good. But I also know that it's a presentation whenever I step outside of my house. I'm presenting. So yeah, in this case, for this young lady, I mean, you're advertising right now. You're advertising, and what I just saw right there was like you were selling something, and it wasn't necessarily any product that was created by you. It was something that looked like you was trying to sell yourself. That's what it looked like. So it's all about presentation. You can't just think that you live in your own reality and everybody else has to conform to your reality. You can't, all right? If you're telling yourself, ooh, I look good, ooh, I look sexy, and you got a man and you going out with your stuff hanging out, but at the same time, that all the other the midnight workers and the dancers that have these acrobatic wraps around of this vertical pole, right? I'm just saying, right? You look like you're advertising. So how are you gonna get mad at somebody that you supposedly care about, that cares about you, that respects you, trying to protect you, and you mad and you thinking they insecure because you look like you out there selling, but you ain't really trying to sell, or are you? Or wait, are you really serious about the person that you're with? Are you really? Are you on that same level? Because it seemed like somebody's telling you, hey, don't go out there. You ain't going out there like that because that means this. And for you to get mad and angry or think that they're insecure because they're trying to, because you want to do you, or you think you look sexy, you look good, and although guess what? That may be all fine, dandy, and true. But guess what else? That looks like you're promoting, you're opening the doorway for somebody else to approach, to come after you. There's some wolves out there, and the shepherd is saying, "Hey, you need to stay within this confinement, or hey, you need to camouflage yourself. You need to, hey, like you're asking for a leader, and the leader's giving you direction. They're giving you pointers. They're giving you knowledge, information, and you just gonna say, I need you to give me that. I want to do me." Huh? What? Make it make sense.
If I can't correct you, then I can't protect you. It's that simple. The question, I want to go back to the question she first asked, which was, is it insecure for a man to uh, tell his woman how to dress? No, actually, it's very secure for a man to tell his woman how she should and shouldn't dress, how she should and shouldn't present herself. Again, or how she should and shouldn't advertise herself, as you pointed out, to the rest of the world. Yes, he absolutely should be able to tell you that.
Yeah, that's a sign right there. I think that if he is taking that time to tell you, that means he does care. That means he does respect you. That means he does want to protect you. That means that means, hey, guess what? Start checking off some of those boxes, because he's showing
if he's letting you go out all crazy like that, it's about him. It's not about you. It's about him being able to say, "Yeah, y'all see that? Y'all see all that ass y'all looking at? Yeah, I'm hitting that.
Look at mine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm doing right here."
And if it's about you still, if it's still about you looking sexy for yourself and all that kind of crap, then you're not emotionally mature enough, I would say, to be anybody's wife. You got no business expecting to be anybody's wife. I'm just saying. I know that might be a hard pill to swallow for some people, but you don't. You got no business doing that. That's childish behavior. To go out and advertise or go dress and act the same way you did when you were single. I think one of the stupidest things I've heard is, "Well, I just like this before, and this would attracted him." Right. And that's why I don't want you dressing like that to attract nobody else. Yes, you're absolutely right.
That would be like, let's make that make sense, right? You were doing things because you wanted to attract, or you wanted to, or you were available, and you wanted to be caught, right? And you mean to tell me that you want to continue to do this after you've been caught and you've said, mutually agreed that y'all want to be together exclusively. Y'all want to be together. And you mean to tell me, though, you still want to do those things, those activities that equal you getting caught again? So you've been caught, but you still want to be caught by somebody else? And
right.
So again,
right.
Are you seriously in that relationship 100%? Are you seriously committed to that person? Or are you leaving something out there to hopefully find something better?
Yep.
Like you just with this one for the meantime until something better comes along.
Yep. At least that's how it comes off to us, even if that's not necessarily true. That's certainly how it comes off to us. You know, I would think anyway. So again, is that insecurity? No, that's actually making sure that you are more safe and you're more secure, right? You know, you should be, all of us should be, you know, a lot more modest. You know, there's some people out there that are not like that, and you don't represent them. I think the great philosopher and prophet Dave Chappelle once said, you may not be a whore, but you're wearing a whore's uniform.
Now,
right?
Now, us men, we have a part to play in that. You know, it's like, you know, I tell my wife, you know, how beautiful she is, and I'm affirming her and her womanhood and all of that. Like, we have that part to play because I've heard, right, stories of, you know, women wanting to feel like they don't get that feeling at home, whereas, you know, they don't feel like they're attractive, this, that, and the third, right? So us men, we still have to, and I'm just saying for me, right, expressing my emotions, right, that's gonna be a lifelong thing where I'm just continuously learning, okay? Because I grew up in an era where, you know, you ain't crying, you ain't, you know, emotions. What? We in a war zone, you know, in that tough era. So, you know, but I make it my duty to make sure my wife knows, like, you know, just how much I love her and care about her, and, you know, how beautiful she is, you know, and I'm saying those things, like I'm voicing those things, letting her know, right? So, you know, fellas, you can't just assume that they know. You can't just say it one time, right? You know, you gotta show those things, say those things, and do those things. So, but like we were saying, for some of y'all like that lady that asked that question up there with the nothing on but a jacket, I mean, come on.
She looked like she ready for a good time, not a long time.
If I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, not only is she single, she ain't looking. Not for anything permanent or serious.
Nah, she's trying to get cheek clapped. She's trying to get her cheeks clapped. And that's okay. That's okay.
If that's what you want.
That's okay if that's what you want. I just think we should stop pretending that, you know, the path to the path to finding the good one is, you know, going out looking like you want to get your cheeks clapped, and especially after you done found you one. Especially after that, you know, I'm just saying. Again, nothing applies to everybody. Everything applies to somebody, right? You know, there's men out here. Most men are not going to be okay with that, and then, you know, there's some simps like, you know, like what's that cat name? Adam 22 let his wife bang a porn star. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know, there's simps out here like that. There's this cat with the blue haired cat, Destiny or whatever. You know, yeah, like there's cats like that. You know, they'll watch their girl bang another dude, something like that. Get smashed by another dude. Hey, look, if you were into that, once again, that's not my thing. Do you? Not my thing. And I would argue though that that's probably most men are not going to be down for that kind of thing. It's a special. Never mind. There's a special kind of beta. Never mind. Let me. I'm just saying most men ain't gonna be down for none of that. You're right. Yes, you attract what you are, not necessarily what you want. You are what you attract. Funny thing about that. Just saying.
That's why it's also important to know what you want, because not only do you are what you attract. Not only there's that attraction, but also those things that you're saying. When you start to speak those things, you got to know what you want. Because if you're speaking those things that you don't actually want, or you don't even know what you want, you got to know what you want so you can speak those things, because that's also an attraction. That's also, you're speaking those things into existence. So you gotta dig deep and find out what it is you really want, and speak those things. So that's it. That's all.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Super facts. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
I will continue to say, and that if ladies, if you are, if you're like that, you're looking for one of those guys you can just run over. We talked about this last week, and I think the week before too. What happens with guys that you can just control, you can just walk over. And if you get women, there's some women that want men that they can control. And ultimately, if you get a man that you can control and you are successful in controlling that man, you'll probably grow to resent that man, because that man is not going to be able. Yeah, like you're likely you get a man that you can walk over and disrespect. Chances are you're going to continue to not really respect him. You'll be able to respect what he can do for you, but not him. Which means you out the door. The moment he gets sick, hurt, can't work, or whatever it is, you out the door. And also, fellas, you can't be like that either. Obviously, the obvious part is we can't be like that either, right? We are taking this woman and we're saying we're going to be with you and protect you and provide for you and profess our love to you and all of those things for the rest of our lives. Like, these are not light commitments. And I guess maybe that's the central point that I would want to drive home. Like, marriage is not a light commitment. It is something that we should take, I think, as a society more seriously. The fact that we aren't taking it seriously is kind of why we are where we are now, I think.
Well, it's been commercialized. It's been a fad. It's been the end thing. It's what you do, so that you look good in the eyes of others or the public, or it sounds good. I want this wedding, this great wedding, and all of this, but really, I don't get the point of. And again, this is, you do what you do. If you got the money, if you got the willpower, if this is what you want to do, I don't see the point of getting married 5, 6, 7, 8 times when you're just going to divorce a year or 2 years later.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How good is your word?
That's why we sign prenups. Well, those of y'all that that got it like that. Right? That can stand to lose a whole lot. That's why you sign prenups, so do you protect your assets still. But for those of you who aren't like that, man, look, you just gotta you can do prenups if you want to. I ain't mad at nobody that does that. I support prenups, right, 100%. But
Do
not as much as I support, you know, being with the right person as best as you can be, and that takes time for y'all to learn each other and mesh together, but you got to be willing to do it, to learn each other, not just to learn one side of it, which brings me back to our headline, our thumbnail, our topic for discussion for tonight, of whether or not saying that or having the mindset of happy wife, happy life, is that demonic? We had a young lady we came across, who believes that that is demonic. The very mindset of happy wife, happy life is demonic. So this one's probably going to require a couple of shots. So pour y'all glasses and let's talk about whether or not this is fair or foul.
One of the most demonic quotes I've ever heard. Happy wife, happy life. Because if she's not happy, the whole house is in turmoil. Let me walk on eggshells. Don't want to upset her, because if I upset the wife, the whole house has to suffer. Stop giving place to the devil. You can't go around blaming people. Well, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Go get on the right side. Get back in. Roll over and try it again. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. As I've said before, meek does not mean weak. It means strength under control. Quiet does not mean silent. It means peace and tranquility from within. Guess who has to do that? You.
Happy wife, happy life is demonic and out of order. Fair or foul, sound off in the comments. Let your voice be heard. Let's go up to it.
Well. That's interesting. What are your thoughts on that one, LB?
Well, of course, happy wife, happy life is definitely foul because it's one sided, right? It's giving it's giving feminism. It's giving come on, it's again one sided. It's you're saying that everything I do, you're walking on eggshells. You're saying that everything I do has oh shoot, I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure. Now it's a partnership, right? It's a marriage, which means I'm going to definitely consider my wife, right? I'm going to consider my wife and everything. But also, I'm not fit to be walking around on eggshells, and I wouldn't want her walking around on eggshells, right? I like when she said, the lady, she said, if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, guess what? Hop back in and try it again. I think, well, I'm paraphrasing, but listen, I like that. If that's not what she said, I'm going to use that. If you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, go ahead and hop back in and try it again. And wake up on the other side. Wake up on the good side. If you woke up on the wrong side, hop back in and wake up on the good side. You control that. You control that. I be saying this, at work, you control your own happiness. I say it out in in the street in public. It's like you control. I'm telling friends, you control that. You control your own happiness. Um, so you, as the spouse, have to control that. Uh, so that you don't, so that you yourself don't put that responsibility into somebody else's hands. Um, Man up, woman up, take responsibility, and you control that. And that's not to say that you're not going to have a bad day. It's going to be tough for you to try to make a bad day into a good day. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough just to get through it. But you gotta get through it, and again, not allow others to control that for you, because there's a lot of negativity out there. And unfortunately, you know, some of y'all married to some people that are negative, but you can't allow that to affect you. You have to hold that mantle up, that light, and you got to be the example, and not just um, you know you got to be it for yourself and be it for everyone else. But it's really like internalize it. Like, listen, if I just try to be the best me I can be, then maybe that light will shine bright enough to inspire somebody else to be the best them that they can be. And then when they ask me, they're like, well, how are you so positive? How are you so this? And how are you so that? And you can share with them, like, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm just doing it for me. I'm trying to protect, uh, uh, my star, my shine, my brightness, my light. Um, and so maybe that'll inspire them to do better. But yeah, happy wife, happy life. Throw that out the window, and let's focus on, you know, uh, happy spouse, happy house, happy spouses, happy houses.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that's what we say in our house. My wife and I's excuse me, is happy spouse, happy house. Um, because again, it's not one sided. It's about both of us. It's about me. I dedicate every day to making sure that I put a smile on that woman's face, and I know that she's doing the same thing, right? At least giving me less BS to worry about. Like if nothing else, she's trying to make sure I have a little bit less to worry about, right? Giving me that, providing me that peace, providing me some calm, providing me some space to just unwind or whatever, so I can come back and be better for her. That's exactly what she does. So. Yeah, that happy spouse, happy house is the way to go. I think that there are some people, and I don't think everyone did this, obviously, but I think there are some women who took that and they ran with it way too far. They took the happy wife, happy life thing and ran with it way too far, and they essentially used it as a way to domineer over or emasculate their man, their husband, or whatever. A way to manipulate their husbands into doing things that they want them to do, because if you don't, then I'm gonna throw a hissy fit and I'm gonna be sad and I'm gonna cry, and everything's gonna be bad, the kids are gonna be sad and all that stuff. So now I gotta go do all these extra things to make sure that you don't bitch and moan and become a whole bitch and mess up our household and our kids and all of that stuff. So yeah, again, yes, it is important, ladies, for you to be happy. Wives, it is important for you to be happy, but it's also important for you to keep your happy, right? Your job as the wife is to be I believe the Greek or Hebrew, I believe Hebrew definition is, to the helpmeet, or another definition is the helpmeet for the wife. And the definition of that is to help meet the needs or help meet the call or help meet the goals of the person that you're with, of your husband, right? That's your job. Well, how do you do that? Well, however you need to do that. Right? Every man's different. I think overall, I think we all want sex sandwiches and silence, like I always say, right? But silence doesn't mean don't say a word ever. It means peaceful, exactly like she said. right? Sandwiches doesn't mean you just make me sandwiches and that's it. You stay in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant forever. It doesn't mean that, but a nice appreciative hot meal is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been working all day too, right? I appreciate a hot meal or at least a thought about what we're gonna do for dinner tonight, right? And of course, sex is self-explanatory because you want it too, right? You want it too. So yeah, by and large, we all want that, but beyond that, you got to know your man. You got to take the time to learn your man. Men, we got to take the time to learn our wives and figure out what best works.
No, that's it. That's it. Because just imagine you're doing everything you can, right, to make sure that your wife is taken care of, protected, comfortable, and then you're doing those extra things that can ease her stress levels, and then she's doing the same thing right back to you, where she's doing the reciprocating. She's taking the stress off. She's trying to make sure that you have your peace, make sure that you have your paninis, and make sure that you get the pussy. I think that's the sweet spot is when, like I said, you make sure you take time to, like, again, you set your mind, you get your mind right, where you can wake up on the right side of the bed where you can have your peace, but then also as well you're working again to help your partner, right, relieve some of that stress, if you will. Right. Right. It's a partnership.
Yeah, word. We all. Hey, look, we all like to relieve stress. We like to have our stress relieved.
Oh, yeah.
And Hey, look, stress looks different for different people, and the relief or release of that stress looks different
right?
for different people.
For other people, that's why you got to learn your partner, right?
That's right.
You got to learn what stress releases, that your partner, likes, and so.
Yep. And it's gonna be different, for everybody.
Yeah.
You just, again, you gotta learn your partner and be willing to do whatever those things are that make them feel better, make them feel happier, make them feel safe. And that's especially the job of us fellas. It's especially the job of the men, to make our wives feel, safe and protected and all of that. And she should reciprocate that. When you feel the way that you feel I know exactly what to play next week. When you're feeling however it is that you feel, she should know how to be able to speak life back into you. If you're feeling down, she should know how to revive you, wake you back up, give you motivation, so, and be able to talk you off the ledge if you're going too far. Like, she should be able to do that for you.
Yep.
Ladies, that's a hell of a responsibility, isn't it? That's why it's important for you to be ready to be the wife before you start talking about how you want to be married. I ain't saying no more. I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen right now. It's cool. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
I had a thought. God dang it, it went away. I had a thought because you said something and that thought came in. Whatever. Anyway. Dang.
Hey, look, hey.
It felt like one of those aha profound thoughts too. I was like, dang, this is gonna be good. And then live, so it went away and this can't be edited. So yeah.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, you'll have to wait. If you're on the live stream, you caught this all raw.
It'll come to me later, and you're gonna have to catch it next week.
Yep. Hey, look, That's what happens, yo. That's what happens. We live. Oh man. Hey, look, I'm all for being in and remaining in order, especially in marriage, as best as I can be. And I also want to say that more so than anything else, you need to be you need to have God at the forefront of all of it. I think, right? I think a lot of times, marriage is a God ordained institution, and a lot of times we tend to forget God in our marriage. Um, and that actually that reminds me of a submission that we got recently. So I'm gonna play that for you. But I mean, look, one thing that my mom told me before I got married was, whatever you do, whatever y'all do, make sure you got God all up in that, right? Because whatever you think you're gonna be able to do, He can do a lot better. You know. What are your thoughts on that? Did you get any wise sage advice from the family before you got married?
Before I go into that, I was going to say sometimes it's not a forget. Sometimes it's a purposeful uh, it's a
Neglect?
purposeful rescinding of the invite, or keeping out, because of the responsibility that comes with including him in there. Uh, it's a purposeful, hey, hey, nah, I don't want you to, see this one. I don't want you to, yeah.
Don't want to be held accountable for that one.
Sometimes it's a purposeful leave out because you'll be held accountable for certain things,
for
everything. And so let's be real about that one, let's be real about that part there, uh, because some of y'all was even raised knowing that you should include them in, and you continue, and listen, myself included, I'm not perfect. Trying to handle things, myself or ourselves, right? So you got to be real about it. You got to have the hard conversations, and take that responsibility and saying, no, I didn't forget. You didn't forget. You purposefully didn't include. And take that and own that and make it right.
The good thing about owning something like that is that you can immediately change that. That's not something you have to wait months, weeks, years, days, nothing like that. That's something once you acknowledge that, you can immediately make the change and say, all right, you know what? I got, look, we've all had to say something like that. I have anyway. I won't say we all. I've had to say this before. God, I have neglected you. I've neglected your word. I've taken this for granted, right? And I need to. I am sorry. I'm coming back. I'm getting back. Right with you. And that doesn't mean. I think we put an expectation of us to be perfect. God knows you're not going to be perfect, right? Ain't not a human being that was mentioned in the Bible that God used. Not one of them was perfect except Jesus himself. Right? Not one of them, but God still used them, right? So, hey, we all sin, we all fall short, but God's arms are also always open. And that relates kind of to marriage too, because really that's how that's the posture we as men we should have in our marriage too, is that of the Father. We're supposed to emulate Christ's love for the church and our love for our wives, right? So yeah, we actually should have the same posture. He should have the exact same posture. I ain't gonna get too much into that because we gonna mess around and start preaching in here. We're gonna be here all night. and it's gonna be completely opposite tone from what we initially anticipated for tonight's episode. Oh man. All right, hey, we got a good one. I see we got I see we got a visitor. We got our man's back. I'm gonna bring him on after this video here. But again, this is a little bit talking about, this is another viewer submission, and this is talking more about having your relationship have God at the forefront and whether or not we do that in the first place. So let's take a look.
The general body is that whatever your religion is, God ain't got nothing to do with who you dating, why you think you should be married. I'm gonna dig a little further, don't worry. It was a lot of clapping, hooting, hollering, cutting up and carrying on when Kitty was saying what she was saying. But the most important part was talking about being called into wifehood, which means that you have an understanding prior to being married that this is a part of your duty to the Most High. So when I say for most folks, God ain't got nothing to do with why you out here dating who you dating and looking at who you, I mean that you didn't invite God until it was time for the wedding. And he was just on the guest list. It wasn't the authoritative figure, just on the guest list. Lord, I think I got her. If you don't mind sliding through, I would like to make an honest woman out of her. As opposed to, Lord, is this her? When I meet her, Lord, is this her? Make it obvious, right? Am I supposed to be with this person? And I'm not condemning nobody or nothing like that. I'm just saying that it was a whole lot of noise for something I think a whole lot of people don't really.
Yeah. So as y'all can see, we went from 2 to 3. Welcome back, Kev, coming in from homecoming. What's up, brother? Talk to us, man.
Darkness.
What's good? Ladies and gentlemen, at least I can see the frames of my glasses. But what's good, everybody? Just leading the homecoming game in my school. My Spartans did their thing, won 48-16, and we were able to, as these kids are saying right now, trip out. So had ourselves a time. My choir is saying they did well. We actually had a pep rally too, so they're saying for that. It's been a day. I've been at school since 7:30 this morning.
That's dedication right there. Big shout out to everyone. Give him a man real quick.
Got the homie in the background and everything. So we've been, riding tough.
That's what's up. Young Master K2. What up, young fella?
He can't hear y'all. He watching somebody else play video games.
That's I don't get that. These kids do that.
I don't get that. Yeah. I wanted to play the video game. I didn't want to watch somebody play.
Yeah. It's insane.
Real stuff. All right. Let's get into that subject right there. So yeah, this viewer submission is talking about how many of us so this in reference to what can a man get from his wife that he can't get from just a girlfriend. And the girl, I think her name is Kitty, she went and rattled off a bunch of things. We saw it earlier. But everybody, his point was that everybody went buck wild at those points that he was making. But then when it comes time for us to have a relationship, it's time for us to get married, God usually is the furthest thing from our relationship. And that's the kind of the premise of what he was talking about. I know, Kev, you might not have been able to hear all of that, based on where you are. But that was the premise of that last video. I'm gonna kick it to Rich real quick, and then I'm gonna get your feedback. Rich, what are your thoughts on what he said. And bonus question, is that something you can relate to in your marriage?
So what I'll say is, uh, for me, okay, for me, um, I definitely wanted God to be involved in who I was supposed to be picking to be with for the rest of my life. Because I took that as I take till death do us part seriously, right? It's a commitment. It is lifelong. It is long suffering. It's good times, bad times, rich or poor. It's all of those things in there. So absolutely, I went through the steps that it took to get me to, be a mighty man of valor, to know exactly what I wanted, the standards that I was setting, and who I was looking for, and even that unction, that push, um, you know, confiding in Him, the Most High. So listen, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But for me, uh, absolutely, definitely, um, you need that. I mean, otherwise, you know, be real with yourself, and you know, maybe maybe it's the fairy tale of it all that you really wanted. Maybe it's, maybe it just sounded so good that, you know the society made it sound like it's what you wanted and needed, fast, quick, hurry. Like, no, no, no. Not only did I need God present, I needed to make sure, which meant that we were doing things early, like marriage counseling, and um, we went through a lot, deaths in the family, hardships, this, that, and the third. Like, over time, that also showed me, like, not only did I confide in God and get unction, and over time, that time that we spent together, also confirmed those things, like, of the things that we went through, confirmed, like, yeah, this is definitely it. Like, for some, it it takes, it's nothing like that. For me, I knew that for me, what happened was, I said, "Oh, I need to get to know you better." And then once she said, "Well, wait a minute, hold on," and I said, "I need to take you out. I need to take you out on a date." Um, and once she was like, "Hold on, wait a minute, you need to, you need to do this the right way, the proper way. You need to, come to me correct with, and with these standards." Like my wife, she, once I said what I said, and then she said what she said, that was even better. That was even more of a, oh shoot, okay, I need to come correct. So a lot of things along the way was just affirmation, was just confirmation after confirmation. And so for some people, for them, it's like, oh, boom, I'm good. And for others, it may take some time, but um, don't worry. Keep going. Like, keep keep God in it. Whoever your God is. Okay, again, that's my suggestion. But yeah, absolutely. Like, you gotta have them. You gotta have them a part of that at every step of the way. You gotta have them a part of that. Now, if you're just playing games, you're not going to. And if you're on the other side and you notice that, be real. Like, you already know. Red flag. Like, this is the path you said you wanted to go down. and you're noticing these red flags, don't ignore those red flags. Because a person will play that game, whether it's the man or the woman. They will play that game to get what they want out of it. Sometimes they just want to see if they can even get it. And then it's like, oh, well, I got it. Gotta go. So, again, you just be real with what it is that you want. Because most times, I don't know, maybe, it's not all, because some people have their different beliefs and this, that, and the third, but most times you'll know right away, because God won't be included in it, because they don't want God to see this action. They don't. Ooh, don't watch this. Oh, wait, yeah. Hold on, God. I mean, you can come if you want to, but I got this one. So the red flags will be there. They will be there.
No doubt. Kev, what are your thoughts, man?
All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, I think I want to stay right there where Rich, left off with the red flags. And of course, I can't speak from the marital side, but kind of an understanding of relationships. I think one of the parts that Trip talked about was not acknowledging God in the relationship until it was too late, or until everything had gone wrong. To me, that's a red flag that got ignored until it hit that point. I've had friends who are like, oh well, I'm dating such and such and such, and I wish they would go to church with me, or I wish they would go more. And my question is, well, did they go to church before y'all started dating? Okay, so why, not that it can't happen, but if they didn't have that attitude, that discipline beforehand, and you went to this relationship hoping that it would change, you're more likely setting yourself up for failure. You ignored what it was they didn't do beforehand. Oh, I wish they would buy me flowers, when we go out on a date. Well, did they buy you flowers before y'all got together? Well, no, they didn't, or they only did it on my birthday. Okay, so why would you have greater expectations marrying the person? You just hope that a ring or a title, would change something, but people will show you who they are along the way. And what did Maya say? People show you who they are. Believe them. And so I think we miss, just a lot. Like, because we want to see the good in people, because we fall in love with potential, we ignore the red flags, and those red flags are, we say it all the time. All right, and if you play games there, chances are you're not walking away with no prizes. So I just think we got to take if we're looking for God to be in a relationship and don't want it to be a last minute thing, you got to check to see if the person made God the first thing. Like, well, y'all done been out on several dates. Do y'all even pray before y'all eat dinner? Like, what I'm saying? Are they asking you about church? Where you go? What do you do? Like, when's the last time you've been? What I'm saying? Like, if they're not talking about God in any parts of their conversations, like, why are you expecting it to happen all of a sudden? But then we, treat God like a life preserver. Now that you're starting to drown, you throw that out and hope to be saved. Well, if you had your life vest on when you got in the boat, you wouldn't have needed a life preserver on the back end. So I think that's the part that, will trip me out, pun intended.
Hilarious. God is not a genie, and prayer is not a magic trick.
What?
God is not a genie, and prayer is not a magic trick. That was kind of tough, LB. But seriously, like, yes, God has to be. I believe. You believe whatever you want to believe, okay? But I believe that God absolutely has to be at the forefront. It actually reminded me of a scripture, right? Why do we need to have God at the forefront, right? Turn with me in your Bible app to Romans 8:31. Yeah, it's right there on the screen. What shall we say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us, right? If God be for us, pause. If God goes before us, pause. If God is for us, then who can be against us, right? So this is something that my wife and I talk about particularly when things get tough, right? When wild stuff starts to happen, we have to remind each other that God is carrying this. God is steering this ship. We're following Him wherever this goes, right? Because if God be for us, pause. If God goes before us, pause. If we put God before us, then who or what can be against us, right? And I wholeheartedly believe that. I believe it. I've experienced it. I'm a living witness, like they used to say in the old church back in the day. I'm a living witness, but I really am, right? And so, yes, I think that you should do that. Now, if you have, let's say you've gotten in a relationship with somebody or you're married now and, you hadn't put God at the forefront, that's okay. The good thing is that it's never too late for y'all to reset and put God at the front, right? I think again, it's one of those things you can make that immediate change today. Again, this is for whoever this is for. Whoever you are, right? If you one of those, I don't believe in that. Oh, okay, then just enjoy the sultry sound of my voice. Otherwise, for those of you who who this message is for, the good news is it's never too late to reset and start to commit. And I'm not saying this as somebody who is doing it all right now, and now y'all should all follow my lead. No, I'm just as guilty as anybody else, right? I've sinned. I sinned today. I sinned yesterday. I'm gonna sin tomorrow. Right? I'm gonna mess this up every time I turn around, right? But I'm also committed every day to doing a little bit better, 1% better every day, a little bit better every day until I get there. And no matter what, it's still to follow, follow the voice of God as best as I can. So if you're with somebody that's like that, then I think you have good things in the future, even if it looks rough, But I think that in the end, whatever, there's something at the forefront of your life. If it's not God, then it's not God. Y'all see what I did there? Y'all see what I did there? Y'all see what I did there? Something is at the forefront of your life in your marriage anyway. And all I'm saying is if it's not God, then it's not God.
As my students say, clock it. Clock it.
Shout out to Kev for coming through with the young people's lingo, because I didn't even know that was a thing. They really do that? Clock it?
Yeah, but you gotta put the thumb in the index. You just gotta tap it a bunch of times. Clock it. Okay.
Like that? Like Baby Shark? Like damn Baby Shark?
Yeah, like a finger Baby Shark, not a whole hand. Not a whole hand. Just
word.
Just
Baby
fingers,
Shark. Baby Shark. This right here is Mommy Shark, and this right here Daddy Shark. This right here Baby Shark.
There you go. Clock it is like let the record show.
Well, okay. Clock it is a way cooler way to say let the record show. I'll give him that. I'll give him that one.
Once in a while.
Look, hey, they kids have come up with way stupider shit, so I'll allow it. But yeah, man, I think if God be for you, who could be against you? The answer to that I think is nobody. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Not saying you won't have hardships. Not saying you won't mess up. Not saying they won't mess up. All I'm saying is that the blessing is at the end if you're following God, no matter what, right? So, if you believe something, that means you act in accordance with it. All right, I ain't gonna say no more. I'm not doing it. Who playing Bluey, yo? Who got Bluey in the background?
You already know.
That's the show. That's the show right there.
You know I know. I got Bluey and Bingo in the other room sleep right now.
Man, that show is on the ready.
Show is actually pretty hilarious. I definitely like Bluey. I get down with Bluey.
Yeah, no, that surely is a good one.
Good show.
Yeah. And I haven't seen too much weird stuff out of it. And that's rare to say in 2024.
Right.
A kids show that don't have no weird shit in it. Wild to say. I'm gonna stop before I get us canceled. We gonna shut it down right there. That's it. Kev, go ahead and take us out, man. 'Cause I need you to get home safely, bro. What's on your mind as we get out of here?
Home.
Oh, yeah, boom, he in there.
Yep, literally just park the car and cut it off. But yeah, glad I got the check in with y'all for 15, 20 minutes. It's better than nothing. But hope everybody's had a great one. And I will put 1 or 2 or 3 in the air for y'all when I get home because I know I missed out on that. But there's always something good at the bar to put in the cup. So I didn't drink Aquafina today. That'll never change. Hope everybody has a great one. Yeah, man. I'm just find rest because we need that in this season. All right, time's about to go back. That means it's time to get a little more rest. So take care of yourselves and each other. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You're
Oh, let's go. Hey, Kev, man, I'm glad you was able to get in there, get in here. Doesn't matter how long it was, right? The point is you got it. So listen, y'all. As I said in the beginning, don't wait. Let's go get it in. Let's talk about it. But if you're gonna talk about it, you do something about it. If you ain't gonna talk about it, you shut up. But let's get to work. Let's go. Let's do something. And the thing that you can do is tell a friend to tell his friend, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. We're gonna continue to come back and give you guys some great content. And don't forget about the viewer submissions. Definitely send in viewer submissions, what you would like us to talk about. And also, we got some ideas as far as getting a panel together back again with the get some females on here, getting different perspectives. And also, I mentioned it to the bros backstage or in the cut, but y'all tell us how you would feel about like a kids edition and getting the kids on here for up to it, down to it kids version. Of course, they're gonna have water in their glasses or juice, okay? But that would be something, wouldn't it? Y'all let us know. We might have to start that at 8 instead of 9, but it's an idea. I don't know. We live. We got a bunch of things that have been brewing backstage and it's slipping out now because I've had a couple of things to drink. But love y'all. Go be fine like wine. Go do great things. We out here. Peace.
I love the idea of the kids takeover. We got to get the wives on here one good time for the one good time. We got some things that's going to be coming up in the near future. Don't worry. Stay tuned. But first we got to get through this dang busy season because let me tell you something. This here fall for me has been kicking my ass, been wearing my ass out. Okay, all right, all these trips up and down the road and all this other kind of thing going on, taking care of these kids, sending them all over the place. I had to sacrifice homecoming. All right, so I could be in the stands for my kid. I did it. Gladly, I bitched and moaned a little bit, but only a little bit. All right. Anyway, but we gotta do what we gotta do for the family and all that, man. It's all good. Nobody's mad but the devil. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Like I always say, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. Keep your head on the swivel. Stay skeptical. Stay informed, and always question the narrative. All right. A lot of stuff going on right now. These next couple weeks is going to be very fun. Going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, so keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled. More is coming. Let's have a good time. Have a good weekend. That's it, man. We done. We out of here. It's a wrap. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Y'all made it do what it do like you always do. Best thing of everything that we do here. We out of here.
Shout out to all the fours, man.
Shout out to the boys.